Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today, it's me and the brick building biker, and we're on wire patrol. So we're removing all of these like old archaic phone systems and wires and alarm systems and all that. Look at all these wires he's playing around with here. These were all like live, and he's just cutting them out. He's got no fear.
I just chewed them off.
Yeah. We're getting rid of all that stuff just because we don't need this old school phone system in here at all. So.
Oh, wait a minute. Should we cut the red wire?
Yeah, the red wire.
Or is it the blue wire?
I think I'm gonna go with green.
Blue it is?
Oh, there you go. But yeah, we're cutting all that stuff out. We've got a mountain of wires that we've already removed. Like, it's actually ridiculous how many wires are in this place. Like, unnecessary ones too. Like, look at this. And we're not even halfway there yet. Just stuff absolutely everywhere. And I was actually up on the scaffolding earlier today. It's my first time up on the scaffolding, and let me tell you, I was a little bit sketched out. The reason I was up there is because we had this conduit that was coming down off the wall. It wasn't really connected to anything. There's the other side of it. So I was removing that stuff, but I can't get the scaffolding in there because we've got some pipes up top, like way up there, and the scaffolding is just too high, so I have to figure out how to remove that conduit there. But we're removing the old alarm system and the old phone lines and everything just to try and tidy this place up, and just cutting wires and hundreds of zip ties. There you go. You just removed the last piece here. Bring, bring, hello. My thought process is why does all this ugly stuff need to be in here? Yeah, those like conduits and everything were just like really bothering me. They were like running on this beam. It's like when I'm looking down at the Lego city, I don't want to see those on the beam. And then they were running on this wall here. Just didn't look good at all. You could see they were like running down. Like, all of this wood here can be removed as well. Like, that can all go. Like, that's just so ugly. And we're gonna wait to do that because I'm not sure what the internet is gonna do. Like, I want to leave that for the internet guys there because maybe they need something to screw into, but after they get it set up, I'm gonna hope that they can set it up closer to the electrical box, maybe in that corner or on that wall there, and then I'll be able to remove this. And then I also have to go around and paint everything and get it all touched up. But I'm happy that that's gone. Like, all that stuff was just so ugly. And it's funny, I went around and swept the floor after, swept up the floor, and just like how many like zip ties and random stuff and broken glass, like this like was all swept today after we removed all of the wiring and all of the conduit. And here it all is, just a mountain. So now I've got to get a van or something and load this into the back of the van and bring it to an eco station or to a scrap metal place where they actually pay you to take the scrap metal. Because all of this, like, sure, it can be reused, but I mean, the electricians are going to use all new stuff when they put the plugs up there. So no need to worry about trying to reuse it. May as well just go bring it to a recycle place. Over here in these rooms, pretty exciting stuff because those boxes have been removed. So the boxes that are going to interfere with the shelving being pressed up against the wall have been removed. So that is real good. Now I just got to ask the electricians nicely to move up their power, and then these rooms, after they're repainted and after that's done and after that tile is fixed up, these rooms are good to go, and then I can start bringing in all the shelving. I feel like I've just been ripping things down all day, and boy oh boy, it was totally worth it. Like, those things were just bothering me. I wasn't sure at first like if it could all be removed, so I had to confirm with the right sources. Did I have something on my face? Probably. I had to confirm with the right sources that in fact could be all ripped out, but it was just like bothering me to no end looking at all of that ugly stuff. Just had to be ripped out, and I'm glad that we were able to get it done today, because the more and more that we do in here is just going to improve the overall aesthetic, and that's sort of what I'm going for. So it's a good way to spend the first 3/4 of my workday ripping out all that stuff. Yeah, I can't wait till Monday because we're going to raise those lights and we're going to continue with heating. I'm really excited about the heating because that is like the next big step for this project, because once the heating is installed, then we can start doing the finishing work around that. So yeah, That's gonna be good. During my last video, I noticed that my phone camera was struggling a bit in these rooms, and it's to be expected, right? It's a phone camera. But there was like some banding that was going across the screen. It was almost like dark gray banding. It looked really weird. I didn't really want to refilm it, nor did I have this camera on my hands, so I couldn't film it with the better camera. So I just want to try this camera out and see how it handles the all white room. I think it handles it a lot better, that's for sure. It's echoey in here, very bright, and I do realize that, but this is an empty room, that's what we have to remember. My basement was very echoey as well, and then when I filled it full of Lego, well, guess what? That echo sort of went away. And also, my basement, like the camera struggled down there too when it was all white, but once you add shelves full of colorful Lego sets, it really just helps with the exposure of the camera, and the camera can really deal with it. But I finally finished my window covering project, so that's good. I just have to finish up with the door. I was talking about all the tape and stuff that I was removing from the door the other day. You can still see the residue of it on the door frame everywhere. So I got my Goo Gone here today, and I'm gonna go through and try and remove all that just to try and make this place tidy. I've got to come in here with the shop vac and everything and clean up around the baseboards, and then I've got to wipe down the baseboards. I've got to mop this entire room, but I'm not gonna do that until the trades are done. Like, doesn't really make sense to do that because they're just gonna come in here with their muddy shoes and I'll have to redo it all anyway, right? So the final clean will have to be done once the carpet is laid, once all the construction is done. But I'm pretty sure this camera here, let's spin you around, whoop, can handle the white walls, which is pretty cool. This is my DJI Osmo. It's a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and it can sort of handle the white walls with a little bit of light coming through my fancy window coverings, natural light that is, and then of course the, 15 LED light fixtures down here. We almost finished building one shelf, and you can see it at the top of the stairs there. It does come up quite high, but I actually like that. I like that. I know a lot of people are still pushing me into the glass wall, but I'm going for functionality up there. And shelves like that are going to hide my mess, because up there is going to be my mess. Down here is going to be the showroom. So the plan is to actually paint that shelf probably like a light gray. I'm not sure if we're going to match the blue color of the walls, but we're going to paint it, I think, a light gray. It's white or light gray, but I think white will just sort of stick out too much. And then what we're going to do is actually match that paint color on the stairs, because we still plan on boarding in the handrail for the stairs and then painting it all so it matches the color of the cabinet that we're building up there. And then we're going to be running carpet down the stairs as well. So that's going to look cool because the staircase is going to sort of match up with the shelves. Now this was built with MDF. It's all custom built. You can see it's nicely all screwed together back there, which is excellent. This is sort of ugly, but we came up with an idea that we're going to run almost like a baseboard along there, and that's going to just sort of make that look a lot better. But we're not going to be able to do that until this cold air return is all dealt with. So this is one of 4 shelves that is going to be built and installed up here. They're huge, which I love because I just want storage. There's not a whole lot of room for storage down there in the main Bay Area, and this is just going to allow me to store my mess and sorted parts or unsorted parts, whatever it may be. So we still need to put shelves going in. So there's going to be one shelf there, and then there'll be a T. So there's going to be like a support coming down. So there'll be 2 cubbies on the bottom and then a big shelf on top on either side. And check this out, the top of it actually has a 1-inch lip, so my parts or whatever I'm working with don't roll off, because I know for a fact that I'm going to end up putting stuff on top of those. It's just the reality. There's no way that I'm not going to end up putting stuff there. I'm thinking like my Whatnot streams maybe could be hosted up here, and the Lego City could be the background. I can very easily still look at the Lego City if I'm like sitting at my desk, you know, over here or something. sitting at my desk, I'm like, oh, I want to look at the Lego city. All I have to do is just stand up and be like, oh, well, there you go. Let's go have a peek. Cool. So this is one of the 4 cabinets that are going to be built and installed. The next one is going to go there. It's the same size. Then there's going to be a small unit that's going to go right there. And then another small unit is going to go over here as well. There's going to be some 2x4s that are nailed in there. Then this is going to be boarded in, and they're actually going to be conjoined with the shelving. So this is all safe now. That was very important. And then there's going to be some other walls that are going to be built here as well, just sort of framing this area off so I can actually go out there, stand. There's going to be like a guardrail so nobody's going to fall off, like my kids, for example. They're going to come to the studio, and I want this to be safe. We still have to wait and see what the heating guy is doing with those. Like I think I mentioned that already in this video. Maybe it was a different video. I can't remember, everybody. I've just been going here all the time and working here every day just to try and get this stuff dealt with in a timely and orderly fashion, right? I'm really excited about the shelves, though. I think those look sick. This area up here, though, you can tell it's not very level. Like, look at it there, and then as we come over here, it gets higher and higher and higher. So it's not level, which is to be expected. This mezzanine space is very well built, though. It's very strong. I feel like it can hold a lot of weight. It is mainly designed for storage. Holding the Lego parts and whatever else I plan to put up here is not going to be an issue. Everyone who walks on this mezzanine space is like, wow, this is like solid. This is like one of the most solid mezzanines they've ever walked on. So I feel like there's a good foundation under here because you can see where these boards are nailed in. There's a ton of little boards and they're screwed in and nailed everywhere. And you got to think anywhere where you see a screw is going to be the supporting structure, like the wood structure underneath. And the ceilings below me are 8 feet tall, and this mezzanine space is 9 feet tall. So it's like a foot. So there's some big, like probably 2x6s or something under there. Really old school build. Anyone, if you like deal with old school building, you got to know that like they weren't scared to use a ton of lumber. That's when like lumber was affordable. Lumber is no longer affordable. So like I have at my rental property, I have an old school garage there, and they literally built it using 2x6s. Like I'm talking like 2x6s stacked on top of each other. It's like they would never do something like that anymore. But there we go. The first shelf built and, well, almost built, and we're working on that, installing the rest of it, I guess. And then all the wires and conduit all cleaned up. The window coverings are all dealt with as well. I feel like that was just like a tremendously successful Saturday. Like that was amazing. Tomorrow's Sunday, and I plan on coming back here because my handyman is going to be here. He's going to continue working on the shelf. I'm not going to spend the entire day here with him, but those are like really heavy units, so he needs help, you know, moving the big sheets of MDF and putting them on the back and then moving the actual cabinets. So he's going to come here in the morning and build the 3 additional cabinets, and then I'm going to come here midday. He's going to give me a call, and I'm going to come by and help him finish up with the construction and install of those. He also is going to put, like you probably saw the exposed 2x4s up there. He's going to put some toe kicks and stuff on it as well. That's what you can see on the wall there. Yeah, so it's a good Saturday. I feel like we accomplished a lot. It's already like 6 o'clock. I spent my entire day here pretty much. Thank you so much once again, Kevin, the brick building biker, for helping me remove all of that ugly old school stuff. Oh my goodness, like that is a big pile of stuff that I need to go recycle. Hopefully get some money for all the metal and stuff, because there are some places that do that here in town. So we're gonna look into that. And then once we get the internet installed, once again, hopefully I can get that all cleared up and then continue building the shelving, and then hopefully heating and electrical is wrapped up this week, coming up here. And then once the electrical and heat is wrapped up, we can move on to like finish all the finishing touches, all the carpentry, all the carpet and all that. Sort of one day at a time here in the new Lego studio. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Imagine if the Lego City was down there. That would be Such a cool outro. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Farewell.